Okay, so it's time to do some yellow and some yellow green and some green. We're going to do this section right now. And I do not like the way that this dried. So we are going to go back in here and fix this disaster on a separate video, so stay tuned for that, and then I'm going to show you how I am going to make sure that I do not do that for yellow, green, and also for green. But I'm going to tackle my yellow right now, and I switched brushes. I'm going to go with this brush, and I actually got another smaller flat brush. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to take my yellow, or as Dominic used to say, lello, and I'm going to paint this section. And I have a lot more control with this than I did with the other brushes. So depending on, you know, how steady your hand is, you can always do the outline with a tinier brush, and then you could come in with a bigger brush. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do 2 different brushes, and then I'm going to come back to this flat brush and do this. This way it's not going to take me forever to paint the sections of my sketchbook. Okay. Okay, done. Now, the next thing I need is, I need a little bit of white because I'm going to make my tint. So, got a little bit more white and a little bit more yellow. Oh, I need some more white here. My white's a little on the chunky side. There we go. So I'm gonna rinse out my brush, my smaller, rounder brush, and I'm going to scoop my paint. And I'm going to paint this section right here. And I have a lot on this brush, so I'm just going to use the rest of the paint that's on the brush. So you really don't need a whole lot of paint to do this, but enough. And you can tell there's a big difference in the color. So this is like a buttercream, if you like buttercream icing on cakes. I definitely do. And this is more of a bright yellow, cornflower yellow. Actually, it's not a cornflower yellow, but it's definitely a nice bright yellow. Okay, so that is my yellow tint. And let me rinse this because I don't want a lot of black. I am going to try something different. I'm going to take a little bit of black, but a lot of yellow, and mix it in. And we're going to see if that makes a difference. It's a little muddy still, but I'm going to take some more yellow. And hopefully it'll be better. I'm only going to use the round brush for this one. So hopefully this is, yeah, this is better. It looks like pea green. That's what it looks like. Looks like pea soup. Oh well. This is the color that I made with the yellow. It still looks a lot better than these other 4, which I will go back and fix. Okay, now I can at least tell that this is a shade of my yellow. Alright, so yellow's done. I am going to skip yellow green and I'm going to go straight to green because I need green for this one. So I'm going to take my flat brush and I'm going to make my green. And the two greens that the two colors that I'm going to use the lighter blue and I'm going to use this yellow, which I completely contaminated. You will not be contaminating these because you need to share. But because this is my full palette, I can do with it as I wish. As I wish. So I'm going to make this really pretty bright green. I do love green. That's a nice green. It's a grass green. Maybe I'll add a little bit more yellow. Okay. So I'm going to go with this as my green. And since I already have a lot on my brush, I am going to try to get as much off of my brush as I can. And then I'm going to smooth it out here with my teeny tiny round brush. This round brush is amazing for all of these teeny tiny details. So I highly, highly recommend using a smaller brush so that you can come in through here and tackle this. But I have a lot of green right here, so I'm going to keep going and paint the whole section. There we go. Okay. And do your best to stay in the lines. I'm going to do my best to stay in the lines. That's why when we are done, we are going to outline all of this in Sharpie. We are not we're not going to erase the pencil lines, but we really shouldn't go over them. So there you go. There's my green. I want to make sure that I have a nice even coat. So I'm going to go over this way and make sure that I have that all done. Okay, so I'm happy with that green, and now I'm going to take a tiny bit of my green, put it here, and mix it with, boy, there we go. I'm going to mix it with some white so that I have a tint of this green that I made. Oh, I need a little bit more white. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna rinse out my brush, my little round brush, and I'm going to get some of my beautiful mint green, metallic mint green. And those of you who know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It's from a movie. But I love this color. It's such a pretty color. I love me some mint green. I don't like mint anything, which is strange, but I like this color. So here is my tint, as even as possible, and then here's, because I had so much paint already on my brush that I just needed to do this. Okay. Alright, so there's my tint of my green, which I really like. I'm going to rinse that brush out, and I'm also going to rinse out my skinny brush, and I'm going to take a little bit of the black, not much at all, and a little bit of my, actually I need a little bit more of my green. A little bit more green. And a little bit more green. I don't want it too dark. It is crazy how little black you need. So here you go. This is going to be my shade of green. So you really only need the tiniest bit of black. Oh, that already looks so much better. This is more of like a hunter green, the green that you would see in like camouflage. I don't wear a lot of camo, and this color does not look great on me or my skin tone, but it does look great on certain people, like if you are in autumn, like if your colors are for autumn. My colors are spring colors, so this does not look fabulous on me, but I do love this color because it's the color of Christmas trees. Okay, so there's my green, and now, since I already have my green ready to go, I'm gonna make yellow green, and then we'll finish out this section. So we're gonna keep going here, and we might even dip into the blue green because I'm not ready to make me some purple. I think we'll save that for next part, but we're gonna keep going here, and we are gonna make some yellow green. I think before I make yellow green though, I see that I dipped my mint green, and we're gonna just kind of make this nice and pretty. So that is all clean. Okay, so let's make some yellow green. Alrighty. I'm running out of space here. Alright, let's take a big hunk of yellow and mix it with my green over here. Yellow green is one of my favorite colors. I love lime green. I used to have a lime green Beetle back in the day. It was my favorite car by far. Okay, so here it comes. Dun, dun, dun. Here's my yellow green. And again, I already have so much paint on this brush because I like mixing with a brush. Some of you might enjoy mixing with the popsicle sticks or craft sticks, however you want to say it. I just have a lot of paint on there, so I'm going to take it and come over here and tackle this edge, and then I'm going to tackle this edge, and then I will smooth the whole thing out. But Mrs. G loves lime green. It's so pretty. One of my power colors. Love this color. Not everybody likes it. Not everybody can wear it. But this is my favorite tertiary color. And if you do not remember what a tertiary color is, tertiary colors are colors that are in between on the color wheel, and they are made up of one primary and one secondary. Okay, lime green, there it is. Now I'll rinse this out. What I need to do next is I'm gonna grab this, a little bit of this over here, but I need to take some of my lime green and mix it with white so that I have only want it to be like faintly with the tint, so I think that's a good color. All right, I'm going to do this and try and get off most of the paint so that I could come back in here and make it as neat and even as possible. And I still have a lot of paint left on my paper plate. And again, when you are mixing on either a piece of newspaper or a magazine sheet. That's what we are going to mix on, because everybody mixes quantities different. And I'm a very messy painter. We have established that already. So here we go. Clean this all up. Nice and even. So this is like a really, this is almost like a chartreuse. But I love this color. Love both of these colors. Both of these colors look amazing. Amazing on me. Okay, so now I have to do my shade of my lime green. And I only need a tiny bit of black. So I'm gonna take my black again. I don't have much left, so I'm gonna have to go get some more. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of my lime green and mix it in. Oh, I'm gonna need more. I'm gonna need more lime green. Gonna need more lime green. That's where I'm at. I'm gonna get a little bit more. There we go. So I'm okay with that. That's a nice shade of the lime green. As long as it doesn't look exactly the same as this and the one next to it, all good. So you can see that it has a little bit of the yellow in it. It's similar, but it's not. Okay, let me add a little bit more. Ooh. Do not want to get paint on my shirt. There we go. Okay, so this is my whole yellow section, and I'm kind of happy about it. All right, now let's move on to my blues.